The Story of Pythagoras, written by Andy Warner, illustrated by Gerardo Alba, sounds by Nila KS. Telling the story of Pythagoras is kind of difficult. First of all, he lived about 2500 years ago. He also didn't write anything down and was such a famous figure in his own time that people told all kind of weird legends about him. It's you, my childhood best friend, written to me in the form of this dog. Woof, woof. For example, the first written account we have of his life is satirical poem published a few years after his death in 495 BC. In it, Pythagoras claims to hear the voice of a friend who had passed away in the barking of sound. Another even weirder legend was that Pythagoras had a thigh made of gold that he used to show off publicly at the Olympic Games. It's hard to pick apart the facts from the fantasy. The golden thigh thing, 100% correct, honest. So, we will just try to do our best. Pythagoras was born and spent all of his early life on the Greek island of Samos, off the coast of modern Turkey. And nothing is known about my childhood. Ancient Greeks lived in scattered settlements all around the eastern Mediterranean Sea, trading goods and ideas with each other. The Greeks shared a language and a culture that valued traditions of philosophy and reasoning and was open to new way of finding meaning in the natural world. They also exchanged ideas with their neighbors, the rich and powerful Egyptians to the south and Persians and Babylonians to the east. In the world of ideas, Pythagoras got the reputation for being a smart guy. Legend has it that he spent a lot of time hanging out in a cave on Samos, where people who wanted his advice sought him out. Next. Okay, but if he is so smart, why does he hang out in a cave? Too many people sought out Pythagoras' cave looking for answers. So, at the age of 40, he packed it up and moved. Pythagoras traveled far and wide. Oh my gosh, a giant triangle! I am in love. In Persia, Pythagoras met astronomers who had inherited sacred geometrical knowledge from their conquered foes, the Babylonians. There, he learned the mathematics and geometry that would make him famous forever. Finally, Pythagoras returned to more familiar territory. He settled in Croton, another Greek colony on the coast of modern-day Italy. Hey, you seem like kind of a clever guy. Can I ask you for some advice? Instead, I am going to talk to you about math. Oh, okay. Pythagoras loved to give advice and spin theories. And it didn't take long for him to become even more famous in Croton than he had been in Samos. Look at this amazing shape. Every side of it is a triangle. Look at it. I mean, he does have a point. Every side is a triangle. And if he is right about triangles, well, who knows what else he could be right about? Then people started following more than he advised of Pythagoras. They started following Pythagoras himself. These followers become the Pythagoreans. One of their most important beliefs was that everything in the world was made of numbers. Geometry and math were sacred and beautiful to them. Wow! Wow! They especially loved beautiful equations like Pythagorean theorem, which Pythagoras may have learned in Persia. See, you make all the sides of the triangle into squares. Then, the area of the biggest square always equal to the area of the two smaller squares combined. This is mind-blowing. Music and harmony were also important to the Pythagoreans. They experimented by strumming different lengths of string to try to figure out the way that length affected sounds. Twang, twang, twang. Pythagoras himself is credited with discovering that the most harmonious music is created by dividing the string into 1 by 2, 2 by 3, and 3 by 4. The sum of those numbers, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, was 10, which was the perfect number of Pythagoras. Pythagoras was all about special numbers. You are breaking my rule of special numbers. Please leave. But I live here. In fact, 10 was so special that Pythagoreans tried to never meet in groups greater than it. But Pythagoras wasn't just weird about numbers. He also forbade his followers from wearing wool, eating beans, fish, or chickens, picking up crumbs, and poking fires with swords. Wow, you are really blowing this one. Pythagoras believed that death was followed by rebirth, and he claimed to remember several of his own past lives. And one of them just happened to be a hero from the Trojan War. Total coincidence. Pythagoreans shared all their possessions and ate and danced with each other. They did math problems and debated philosophy. Women and men were both welcome to join. Honestly, I am just here because I really hate beans. The group became more and more popular. Too popular, it turned out a man named Solon had tried to join the Pythagoreans, but had been rejected when a political dispute broke out in Croton. He got revenge by leading a group of people to attack the Pythagoreans. For the love of beans! The mob surrounded a meeting of Pythagoreans and lit the house on fire. Many Pythagoreans died in the blaze, and the rest scattered. It is unclear whether Pythagoreans himself perished in the fire or a little while later while on the run. Well, it's simple. You just have to find who I reincarnated into and ask them. Even with their founder gone, Pythagorean communities continue to exist for centuries in ancient Greece, pushing the boundaries of math and science as they search for the divine, providing a framework for exploring the world and generally being weird about beings. The Pythagorean communities eventually died out. Maybe people loved beans too much. But their theories and ideas influenced later philosophers like Plato. They even enjoyed the revival in the 1st century BC when Neo-Pythagoreanism was all the rage. Peeved hipsters always trying to bring trends back. But the impact of Pythagoras lasted long after the last of his followers gave up and started wearing Christian monks in medieval Europe to Muslim mathematicians in Golden Age of Baghdad. Even today, his name survives in the Pythagorean theorem: a square plus b square is equal to c square, and Pythagorean turn. Even if he probably didn't have gold tie that he showed off at the Olympics. Hey, can you prove it didn't? You can't, can you? So I might have had a golden tie. Go with the gold story. What's your deal? Hello, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Stay happy, stay safe.